Good morning, second grade. Our first phonogram that we're going to review is E, A. What are you going to write? Good. E, A. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good. E, A. This is our E, A. All right, so make sure you have that and you're saying it while you write it if you didn't. All right, our next phonogram is the of worms. What are you going to write, class? Good, the of worms. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, the of worms. So this is our the of worms. But this is the only phonogram where we don't underline every letter we write because the ones that say or are these. This just lets them. Sorry, the ones that say are these. This lets them say All right, so this is our the of worms. That underlines a little too long. All right, our next phonogram is ow, o, oo, Class, what are you going to write? Good. Ow, o, oo, Write it and say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good. Ow, o, oo, All right, this is our ow, o, oo, All right, our next phonogram, well, that's the only one we need. Those are the only ones we need for our words today. Let's review a few of our newer ones. All right, first let's do n, two-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. Class, what are you going to write? Good. N, two-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good. N, two-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. This is our n, two-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. All right, since that's a newer one, if you didn't have that, you write it 3 times and say it while you write it. Okay. And then the last one we'll do is I, 3-letter I. Class, what are you going to write? Good. I, 3-letter I. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good. I, 3-letter I. This is our I, 3-letter I. All right, let's quickly go back and review the phonograms we wrote today. What's this one? Good. Ow, o, oo, How about this one? Good. E, A. And this one? Good. N, two-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. How about this one? Good. The of worms. And this one? Good. I, 3-letter I. All right, our first word is world. Class, what's the word? Good. World. What sounds do you hear in the word world? Good. Our sounds are w, ul, d. All right. One more time. What are our sounds? Good. W, ul, d. All right. Our is the of worms. Which are we using? Good. The of worms. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram, class. Pause the video if you're not finished yet. What is it? Good. What? Which Good. The of worms. Good. And good. D. All right, make sure yours looks like that. Let's mark it. This one. Good. This one. This one. All right, mark it. And let's read our word. Good. World. All right, our next word is see. Class, what's the word? Good. See, but not the kind you do with your eyes. This one is like a big body of water that is smaller than an ocean. All right, so for example, we could say Greece is near the Mediterranean Sea. Sea. All right, class, what sounds do we hear in the word see? Good, the sounds are S, E, but in this C we use E, A. Class, which E are we going to use? Good, E, A. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. S. And the next one? Good. E. Which E? Good. E, A. All right. Does this need a marking? How about this one? Good. Pick up your pencil and mark it. And let's read our word. Good. See. All right. Our next word is country. Class, what's the word? Good. Country. Let's see. Our country is the United States. Country. All right, class, how many syllables are in country? Show me. Good, there are 2 syllables. All right, this one, let me say it for you. Country. What's our first syllable? Okay, this one can be a little bit hard to hear. It's kun. It's not just ka, it's kun. All right, and our second syllable? Good, tree. So one more time, what's our first syllable? Good, kun, and our second syllable? Excellent, tree. All right. So what sounds do we hear in our first syllable, kun? Good. In the first syllable, kun, our sounds are k, n. But we're not using our usual right? We're using ow, o, oo, All right, class, which do we use in country? Good. Ow, o, oo, All right, write those sounds in that first syllable and say them while you write them. All right, pause the video if you're still working on that first syllable. Our second syllable, wait, in country, what's the second syllable? Good, tree. What sounds do we hear in the syllable tree? Good, our sounds are t, r, e. All right, our e is ya, I-E. Class, which E do we use in country? Good, ya, I-E. Write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. Which Good. Ow, oh, ooh, and good. N. Syllable break. Good. T. Which E? Good. Yeah. I-E. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. And let's mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this one? All right, we know we need to underline it, but it's not saying its first sound. Figure out which sound it's saying. And if you're not sure, just say all 4 sounds and stop when you get to the sound, right? Because in this word, this is saying I think this is our first word this year with ow, oh, ooh, saying Did you get this? I hope so, because that's right. It's saying its 4th sound, ow, oh, ooh, All right. Does this need a marking? This one? How about this one? If you had this, nice job. All right, pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, let's read our word, class. Good. And I think the tricky thing about country, when I've taught it before, we want to remember the first syllable is kun. All right, we don't want to leave off that n. Country. All right, our next word is set. Class, what's the word? Good, set. We got a new set of readers for our class. Set. What sounds do you hear in the word set? Good, our sounds are s, e, t. All right, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. S, good. E, and good. T. All right. Class, do we need to mark anything in this word? No, because we know this is saying its first sound and there are no 2-letter phonograms. And what kind of syllable is this? Good, it is a closed syllable. Let's read it. Good. All right, our next word is end. Class, what's the word? Good, end. I was sad when we reached the end of the book because I liked it so much. End. What sounds do we hear in the word end? Good, our sounds are n, d. All right, say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram, class. What is it? Good. N, d. All right. Does this need a marking? How about this one? How about this one? All right, what kind of syllable is it? Good, this one is a closed syllable too. Let's read it. Good. All right, our next word is list. Class, what's the word? Good, list. List N is the last set of words in our book. List. What sounds do you hear in the word list? Good, our sounds are o, I, s, t. All right, class, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. O. Good E. And good T. All right. Does this need a marking? How about this one? How about this one? This? What kind of syllable is it, class? Good, it's a closed syllable. Let's move so the glare isn't on our word so we can read it. List. All right, nice job, class. It's funny, yesterday we had such tricky words, or we had long words like information, and we had our Y exchange rule. And then here we just have 3 one-syllable, closed syllable words with no markings. All right, well, we'll review these words in our next video, and I'll see you then.